Hello. How are my Paradise Panthers? Man, what a beautiful day. I've been waiting for the sun to come out. So as soon as I saw the sun pop out, I thought, you know what? It's time to go pick up my book and read. I want to give some shout outs to Colton, to Maddie, to Ava and her mom. Thank you guys for listening. Also, talked to Noah Moore today too a little bit, and Violet, and it's just really great to get to visit with you guys in Google Classroom and email. So anytime you guys want to chat, call me, email me, message me in Google Classroom, and we can visit with each other. I want to back up a little bit and read the very end of chapter 22. You know that Worley, he made a really long list of things that he wanted to talk to the counselor about. The last part of that chapter, it goes, "You don't know her," he replied. "She'll talk about anything I want to talk about. She listens to me. She likes me." "No, she doesn't," scoffed Claudia. "That's just her job." She walked out of his room laughing. Bradley watched her go. Then he added 2 new topics to his list: sisters and jobs. Tears filled his eyes as he tried to think of another topic. He crossed off 2 of the gold stars, then crumpled the list into a ball and threw it into his trash basket. Chapter 23. "Look out! Here comes the monster!" screamed a chubby 4th grade boy. "It's the monster from outer space!" "Ah, it's so ugly!" yelled his skinny friend. "Don't let it touch you," warned a girl with pink glasses, "or you'll turn into a monster too." Bradley ran at them. They scattered and regrouped like pigeons. He sat down to eat his lunch. "It sure is a stupid monster," shouted a 3rd grader. After lunch, Bradley sat at his desk. Last seat, last row. He didn't look at Jeff. He didn't look the other way either, at the chart full of gold stars. And he didn't look straight ahead at Mrs. Ebel. He didn't look anywhere. It was time to see Carla again. He took the hall pass from Mrs. Ebel and walked out of the classroom. He hated Carla. He didn't want to make the same mistake with her that he had made with Jeff. He realized Claudia was right. Carla didn't like him. That was just her job. She was waiting for him outside her door. "Hello, Bradley," she said as she held out her hand. "It's a pleasure to see you today. I appreciate your coming to see me." He walked past her and sat down at the round table. She sat across from him. She was wearing a long-sleeve white shirt with 2 triangles on it, one red and one blue. "Did you make a list of topics to discuss?" she asked. "No, you're the teacher." So you're the one who has to say what we talk about, not me. That's your job." "Well, let me think," said Carla. "Are you sure you can't think of anything?" He shook his head. "I'm surprised. I thought you would have come up with a lot of interesting topics." "Well, in that case, we'll have to talk about school. Shall we start with homework?" "Monsters from outer space," he replied. Monsters from outer space," he repeated. "You said I could pick the topic. I want to talk about monsters from outer space." "Oh, wow, what a wonderful topic," said Carla. "The only way to kill them is with a ray gun," said Bradley. "Regular guns or even hand grenades and atomic bombs won't kill them. You need a ray gun." He stood up and pretended to shoot a ray gun, making a noise that sounded like a cross between a machine gun and a horse. Carla put her hands up to protect herself. "Don't shoot me," she said. "You're a monster from outer space," he told her. "No, I'm not. I'm a counselor." He stopped firing. Do you believe in monsters from outer space? She shook her head. No, but I do believe there are other types of creatures living in outer space. I just don't believe in monsters. I believe that Earth is just one small planet in a gigantic universe. I think there are billions of other planets with trillions of other kinds of creatures living on them. Some are real stupid and others smarter than you or me. Some are bigger than dinosaurs, others smaller than ants. But out of all those creatures, I don't think there is even one monster. Not even one? No, said Carla. I think everyone has good inside him. Everyone can feel happiness and sadness and loneliness. But sometimes people think someone's a monster. But that's only because they can't see the good that's there inside him. And then a terrible thing happens. They kill him? No, it's even worse. They call him a monster and other people start calling him a monster and everyone treats him like a monster, and then after a while, he starts believing it himself. He thinks he's a monster too, so he acts like one, but he still isn't a monster. He still has lots of good buried deep inside him. But what if he's real ugly? Asked Bradley. What if he has green skin and only one eye in the middle of his face, and 3 arms and 2 hands on each arm and 8 fingers on each hand? Carla laughed. Well, you and I might think that that's ugly, she said, but that's just because it's different from what we're used to seeing. On that planet that might be considered beautiful. You may have just described a handsome movie star. Bradley laughed. On that planet, they probably would think I was ugly because I don't have green skin and I have 2 eyes. Bradley shook his head. No, they might think I was ugly, but not you. Why, Bradley, Carla said with astonishment. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Thank you. He blushed. He hadn't meant it the way it came out. I don't want to talk about monsters anymore, he mumbled. Okay, said Carla. I think we had a very good conversation, don't you? You picked an excellent topic. For the rest of the session, he colored. He took a green crayon out of Carla's large box of crayons and tried to draw the creature from outer space that he had described. He was able to draw the 3 arms and 6 hands, but he had trouble fitting 8 fingers on each hand. He looked up. Carla? Yes, Bradley? Can you see inside monsters? He asked. Can you see the good? That's all I see. He returned to his picture. He drew a black eye in the middle of the creature's face. He drew a red heart inside the creature's chest to show all the good that was there. Well, how does a monster stop being a monster? He asked. I mean, if everyone sees only a monster and they keep treating him like a monster, how does he stop being a monster? It isn't easy, Carla said. I think first he has to realize for himself that he isn't a monster. That, I think, is the first step. Until he knows he isn't a monster, how is anybody else supposed to know? Bradley finished coloring and showed his picture to Carla. He's a movie star on his planet, he said. Everyone loves him. Oh, he's very handsome, said Carla. Do you want it? Asked Bradley. I mean, I don't want it anyway, so you can have it. I'd love it, said Carla. Thank you. In fact, I'm going to hang it on the wall right now. Bradley watched her tack it up. He almost told her she wasn't allowed to put holes in the wall, but he changed his mind. It was time for him to go back to class. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week, said Carla. I hope you have another wonderful topic for us to discuss. He started to go, then stopped and turned around. Yes, she asked. He put his hands on his hips and he stared at her. Did you forget something? He stood and waited. Her eyes suddenly lit up. She held out her hand and said, I enjoyed your visit very much. Thank you for sharing so much with me." He stretched his mouth into a half smile, half frown, and then hurried out of her office. Okay. See, let's go ahead and read chapter 24. It's pretty short. Chapter 24. Here he comes," said Lori. "Don't be a chicken." Colleen bit her bottom lip. It was after school. The three girls stood across the street and watched Jeff. "Well, maybe we should wait until tomorrow," said Colleen. "Hey, Jeff!" Lori shouted. "No," Colleen whispered. Jeff turned. Lori and Melinda walked toward him. Colleen lagged behind. "Hello, Jeff," said Lori. "Hi, Jeff," said Melinda. "Hello, hi," answered Jeff. Lori laughed. "Come on, Colleen," said Melinda. "Ask him." Colleen blushed and looked away. "Colleen has something she wants to ask you," said Lori. "Well, see, okay, well," stammered Colleen. "Quit bothering me," Jeff said very quietly. "We're not bothering you," said Lori. "Colleen just wants to ask you." Melinda stopped her. "Let Colleen ask him," she said. "Well, see," said Colleen. Okay. She took a breath. It's my birth. I don't want her asking me anything," Jeff snapped. Colleen turned bright red. "And quit saying hello to me, too." "We can say hello to you if we want," said Melinda. "It's a free country." "I don't want you saying it to me," said Jeff. "Don't worry," Colleen exploded. "I won't." "I will," said Lori. "Hello, hello, 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 hello." "Shut up," said Jeff. He slammed his book down on the sidewalk. Hello, Jeff, said Lori. "Jello, Jeff." She laughed at her mistake. "Jello, Jeff. Hello, Jello." She laughed hysterically. "And quit laughing," Jeff shouted. "She can laugh," said Colleen. "You can't tell her she can't laugh." "Hello, hello, 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 hello," said Lori as fast as she could. "Shut up," screamed Jeff. "You shut up," said Melinda. "I'm not afraid of you, Melinda," said Jeff. "I'm not afraid of you either," said Melinda. Jeff raised his fist in the air. Melinda did the same. Lori shrieked with anticipation. "Okay, hit me," said Jeff. "You hit me first," said Melinda. "No, you hit me first," said Jeff. "Somebody hit somebody," shouted Lori. Jeff tapped Melinda's shoulder with his fist. She slugged him in the stomach. As he bent over, she hit him in the nose. Jeff flailed his arms as he tried to defend himself, but Melinda kept punching him in the neck, punching him in the stomach, then in the eye. And Jeff fell to the ground. Melinda jumped on top of him, knees first. She sat on his chest and held his arms flat against the ground. Lori knelt beside them and slapped the ground as she counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Melinda stood up. Lori held Melinda's arms high in the air. Holding her nose with her other hand, she bellowed, "The winner and still champion of the world, Marvelous Melinda!" Colleen clapped her hands. All right, guys. Interesting turn there. I wasn't expecting Jeff to get beat up on like Bradley did. Pretty interesting. Also, did you hear the simile in the first chapter? It's kind of at the very beginning. I hope that you caught that with your ear as I was reading. Interesting turn here. Bradley gave Carla a compliment, so that was a surprise and a point in a good direction for Bradley making some changes. Hopefully we will start seeing some changes in Bradley as the story unfolds. Hope you guys are having a great day. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.